Hey, this is Danielle from Black Business Boom and Black Owned Nashville, and I'm here with my amazing move makers, Joshua Mundy and Quawn Clark from Pivot Tech School, and they are just killing it these days, doing amazing things with Pivot Tech and just in Nashville and Alabama and all over the place, period. So I'm so honored to have them on my team of move maker experts and Black people making moves and across the Black Business Boom atmosphere. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. How are you today?
We're doing great. How are you doing today?
I am fantastic. I can't complain at all. Happy to have you all. Let's jump on in because you all have helped so many people over the last few years to be able to transition into tech and really change their lives. Because really what we're talking about is changing lives. Like people look at it and they're like, oh, I don't know if tech is a fit for me. But what you all are really doing is changing people's lives and giving them a vehicle to build wealth and build the life that they want for themselves. And these days, prices are skyrocketing on literally everything that we buy. So it's so important that we are giving folks the tools they need to be able to build wealth and to be able to keep up with what's going on in the economy. So that's what we're here to talk about today. These guys are going to be giving us some amazing tips. Let's jump on in. Josh, what you got for us today?
No, I just, like you said, man, like the cost of living is going crazy. Inflation is going crazy. But we really have to not so much complain. So we have to get out of the mindset of complaining about all these different issues that are affecting us. But how can we create a skill set that can get us to the income that we need so that we can thrive in this new marketplace? Nashville is going crazy right now, okay? And really what's driving the prices is because when the pandemic happened or when the pandemic took place, all these individuals came to Nashville and said Nashville is the destination place because now I can work remote. So you have individuals from California to New York to Chicago. They're selling their homes, making a substantial amount of money, and they're bringing that same cash to Nashville and paying cash for homes. So now the individuals that lived here all their lives that are currently working, but working at a job that can't really compete with these new Nashville prices has to figure out ways to say, okay, what do I have? What can I do to make sure that me and my family can still live and thrive in the city that I grew up in or the city that I'm currently living in now? So we think that tech is the bridge to economic prosperity. Now, Quawn, why is tech the bridge to economic prosperity?
Well, for one, it's like you said, it's a life changer. You know, it changed my life. Like without getting into tech, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. You know, founder of a tech school, able to support my family, able to thrive, to be talking about it, to be talking about investments. We talk about the return of the ROI on going to someone like Pivot. Like you're talking about going from, you know, $40,000-$50,000 a year to having no cap on your earning potential. You know, most tech jobs are going to start you off about 70, 80,000, and then, you know, 200, 300,000 isn't outside the realm of possibility if you tap into it. So I just think, you know, getting into tech just gets you into a vehicle or instrument, like Josh said, that gives you unlimited earning potential. And we can stop talking about affordable housing and we can start talking about how can I thrive. I want to tell you really quick. I got two articles I just seen, right? One of them, they just came on the last week. One of them said that Nashville is ranked #1 in markets where the out-of-town buying power is substantially higher than the local buying power. I think it's like 750 for people moving to Nashville, like 500 for people here. What that, like Josh said, so what that means is people coming to Nashville, they got more money to spend. They run the prices up, so you can't compete with those people. In the second article I just seen, it said that if 50% of the market is only available to people making 100,000 and up. So if you're not making 100,000, you already out. 50% of the market is not even available for you. So if you know, we just got to get to a point where we like, okay, this is our new normal. As a matter of fact, it may continue to go further the other way. How can I compete? And we got to stop sitting around and waiting on something to change that's going to put it back how it used to be. We got to go forward. We're not going backwards no more.
No, and 100,000 is the new $30,000. So you remember when you used to make $30,000 like back in the day?
I couldn't do nothing with it.
Well, you thought you were balling, man. I make $30,000 a year. I'm doing $100,000 is the new $30,000. Yeah. So let's get away from the mindset of entrepreneurship is great. All right, everybody should have some entrepreneurial goals or looking to do something, but nothing wrong with a good W-2. All right. And
listen, I tell every person I talk to, you should be using your job to fund your dreams, right? And so most of us just can't jump out there into the dreams. We have to have a vehicle to get us there. And why not have a $200,000 vehicle to be able to build your dreams even faster? So I love exactly what you all are saying. And I see a lot of people, I don't know, I'm curious about your thoughts, because we've been out here pushing this message for a while now, right? And we've been seeing it happen for 5 years in Nashville, at least, So why is it that we're taking our time? Like, what is holding us back as a community from thriving in this space?
It's this mindset. If you haven't really seen people that look like you in the space thriving in it, then you really can't relate, or you feel like it's not for you. And we say that it is for you. You have the skill set. You already have the intangibles. You already have the aptitude to do this. It's just learning something new. And then when you can learn something new, it's more than, let me just address this. There is more to tech than just coding, okay? There's project management. There's so many different areas in tech. You just got to get in the door. Once you get in the door and then find your groove, then you can really just leverage and go from one place to the next place, because there's a need. And if you're African American, you're a Black person, if you're a Black woman currently in tech, you can write your ticket. Come on, man. All right. And people, they are bidding. It's bidding wars, because everybody has these diversity and initiative, these diversity and inclusion initiatives that they have to launch and execute. But again, they're saying, hey, we can't find the people. Now, Pivot Technology School is a resource. So we're working with some of the biggest organizations in the country to provide a pipeline to these organizations. So as an organization, we can't promise you a job. What we can say is we can put you in a position to get a job making at least $65,000 a year. Now,
and you're doing it, and you've proven, that it works.
We're doing it.
And I think also, like, people are like, social media is kind of, so everybody sees like the success stories and they want to do it immediately. Like, so when I talk to people and they're like, I want to make 150 now. I don't want to make 65. I don't want to step. I want to walk into it. I see people right now that's thriving. How can I go from where I'm at right now to where you are in 4 weeks? Because everybody got a 4-week course on how to get rich in 2 weeks. So it's like, now we live in this culture where people want to go from where they are right now, needing to affordable housing or whatever situation, to all the way where someone who's been working for 10 years is at, and people don't really want to put the work in. And the crazy thing is, you don't even have to take the journey I took. Like, you can go to Pivot and in 20 weeks, you can get a job. And here's the thing, like Josh said, mindset. We're going to start teaching like some mindset training within Pivot, because if we can really, and it's really us, right? It's really us. So like, I always use this analogy. When you go in the mall, right? And you going in the mall, you go into department stores, you're going there looking for these stores, right? But then you got these middle of the mall stores, right? Now, these are the places you're not looking for those things, right? So they have to convince you, hey, waving you down, hey, you need to come check this out. Like, let me show you this cool gadget. You may stop by and look, but that's not something you went to the mall for. So with tech, with us, with Black people, it's not something that they're looking for, right? So we have to convince them first that they need it, that it's important. And then once we convince them that it's important, then we got to convince them they should do it now. And then we got to convince them they should do it at Pivot. We got these phases of that we got to do with Black people, because it ain't something they're looking for. With other races, white people, they already know it. They're on top of it. They just got to figure out what they want to go get the learning at. But we got to stop what you're doing. You do need to know this. It is important. So it's a whole psychology mindset shift that we got to do it's 2-3 extra phases of the sales cycle and getting people where they need to be with us.
Yeah. So what we're really doing now is just because we already know, number one thing they're gonna say, or most of us say, we don't got the money. I really want to do it, don't have the money. Oh, I really, but they have the money for everything. Like I see people in the club. I'm like, man, y'all kicking it more than I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, what are we celebrating, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but we are going out, we're doing all these different things, but we don't want to invest in ourselves. So how do we take the money that we do have, that God has blessed us with, and make an investment in ourselves so that we can better our family? Like, that's really the play. That's the direction in which we need to be going. But we just got to really, with us, it takes some time, which is all good. So what we do now is we work with corporations. So we say, hey, Shipt, create some opportunities in the community, as well as upskill some of your employees so they can fill some of your open recs. And they say, all right, we're going to do it. So we go find people in the community, 15 people internally, and then create scholarship. So then you can eliminate the excuse of, I don't have the money. Now it's just about you putting in the work. So if we're going to give you a scholarship, then now you got to sacrifice the hookah and wings every weekend and study tech for 20 weeks so that you can change your life.
Well, I'm going to say this.
It's all about sacrifice.
In 2022, I believe in our people, right? I believe we are going to do the work this time, because I think it's on the forefront. Like, we see ain't no turning back. Like, it's here, right? So like now I think people are going to start waking up. So I'm glad that we have an opportunity to speak to your audience. You've done it. Like, let me commend you really quick on building your platform and building your following. I've been watching you do it for a couple of years, and it's dope. So to be on here, we appreciate it. But I think your audience needs to hear it. And and if you're listening, and if it's not something that you need immediately, you may have family members or your cousin or some siblings, because if you know anybody that's stuck in a situation that isn't getting better and could use another $50,000 to $100,000, I think it's everybody, then technology is an area for them to do that. And let me say this last thing. You don't have to do it forever. And like Josh said, it's not just coding. I don't even code anymore. I don't even do tech anymore. I run a business that teaches it. So you can take the instrument of learning technology, do it for a couple of years, make $100,000 a year, build up some investment money, and go buy you some property or go do something else you want to do. It can literally be an instrument to give you the money to fund something else that you want to do. But one way or another, you're going to have 850 credit score to get some money. You need some access to capital, right? And the complaints, they fall on deaf ears, right? So in the child tax credits they give us, they want to split us out, and these little government, that stuff is that's not going to change life. It's not. So
it's temporary. We have to look for permanent fixes for ourselves and for our community. And we can't keep complaining and waiting on somebody to come save us. The same people who put us in this position are not going to come and save us. So
I have a book coming out. It's called "Things Don't Change, People Do," and that is the absolute truth. Like, things are not going to change. You just have to. And
I love it.
And here's the thing about it. So when we are on here and we're going to be talking not more just about tech. We're going to be talking about soft skills. We're going to be talking about your resume. We're going to be talking about all the different things to get you prepared for a new career, whether it be in tech, whether it be whatever, but you got to make a move. That's at the end of the day, whatever you decide to do, we don't have time to wait. You got to make a move.
But it's just, I think it's all of those things are so important, but I want people to really understand the importance of understanding technology and not getting left behind. It's just, we're in a position where we can take advantage of some of these things and get ahead of them. We really are already behind, but we're in a position where we can catch up, right? Yeah. And people are trying to help us catch up. And like you say, your corporate partners are starting to get it. People are starting to get it on a grander scale. And so it's time for us to take advantage and strike while the iron is hot, and not be 5 years from now like, damn, I wish I would have got in tech. I wish I would have checked out Pivot Tech when Josh kept telling me, you know. Like,
and then here's the beautiful thing. It just came out in the Business Journal. You all can read the Business Journal today if you are a subscriber at the Business Journal. We launched Pivot Tech Solutions, which is a MSP. MSP is a managed service provider. We're out here getting contract work with the biggest corporations in the world. So not only will you be able to get hired at some of our corporate partners, but Pivot Technology or Pivot Tech Solutions will be hiring our students to do work as well. So we're going to be preparing you for jobs that we are creating.
Yes.
So no excuses, baby.
No excuses. I'm so excited about everything that you all are doing. It should really be an inspiration for everybody who's tuned in, because you all really saw a need. Like, I mean, I teach business every day, and I'm like, you got to find a problem, you got to find a need, and you create the solution, right? You all, Josh had a cleaners, you know, like, you know, so, but he saw a need, he saw an opening in the market and created a solution and made this dream come true. And I just salute you all for the work that you all have done, really, in being and so inspired by the work that you all are doing. And every week it's like something new going on with Pivot. You all are, you know, offering certifications. You are, if you got SNAP, if you're a SNAP recipient, you can go for free. Like, it's amazing and inspiring what you all are doing, and really being able to help us to get where we need to go, and making it look good and making it look fun and cool, you know, at the same time. So we appreciate you, and we're so happy to have you as our experts in this industry. And like you said, we're going to be coming back. We're going to be talking more about, you know, how do you get started? How do you land the job? I mean, there's so much. You all are experts in so many things, really, that you all can come teach the business owners how to get started. You know? So there's so much good stuff coming. Make sure you all stay tuned. If there is someone listening right now and they're like, you know what, I'm sold, I need to look into this. And even if you ain't sold, but you want to learn more and figure out how can you make this happen for yourself, where do they need to go to get to learn more about Pivot?
www.pivottechschool.com. www.pivottechschool.com. Go fill out an application. Just request more information. We would love to just talk to you, understand your situation, see if tech is for you. If it, like you said, it's not for everyone. We want to make sure it's a good fit both ways. But before you take the money and go buy an NFT or go do some, you know, gambling thing, you know, understand there's other ways to invest. And this is an investment with a huge return. So
investing in yourself is the best investment you can ever make. I tell people every time, I'm gonna bet on myself every time. So I love it. Thank you all so much. Make sure you go to pivottechschool.com, at least submit an inquiry, get on the email list. That's what I do. When I'm thinking about something, I'm like, maybe next year, but let me get on the email list, because you all are making moves and growing this company at such a great rate, amazing rate, that you never know what the next thing may be that's coming that may be a fit for you. So make sure you go sign up for the email list, get on the list, and stay in tune, and make sure you follow on social media as well. Thank you guys so much for joining me.
Thank you.
All right. Talk to you soon.
All right.